Welcome one and all back to the DTR track guide and setup series. We've got me at your disposal to have a look at the F1 2022 circuits in the Formula 2 cars, hopefully using my experience to try and help you unlock some of the secrets of the circuits. But we're here in Budapest at the Hungaroring. 14 corners to dive into here in this video. 4.381 kilometres, just the one detection zone for the two DRS zones. Almost got that one wrong. But 14 corners, three sort of very different kind of sectors to try and dive into here. And one of the more higher downforce tracks on the calendar. But more excitingly, as at the time of recording, I am the world record holder. Only 5,000s in it, but I'm pretty happy with that. It's a nice setup as well. 46.38 just helps get the front in a little bit more aggressive. And that delta between the front and rear, again, just helps get the front in. The rear's still stable enough though, 80% off, 20% off. Pretty standard. And again, for our suspension geometry, full right, full left, full left. Suspension itself, pretty standard to what the base setups run. Quite aggressive on the front, quite stiff on the front, soft on the rear. The right height as well, just putting the car on the nose a little bit more, helping with the turn-in. Brake bias 50%, just maximising the braking. Want to take that back for a race potentially. The tyres, we're just dropping the fronts a little bit, helping with the slow speed. Just how stiff we run the front as well. Get a good exit out of the final corner, really maximise, get the throttle on really early. You really can't afford to do it, just from how wide you can run. Opening DRS as you approach. Up in the 6th gear and approaching 290 kilometres per hour, braking a straight line 100 metres ball, getting the car turning in 2nd gear, winding on the throttle early because it just helps rotate the car. DRS open really early as well, and then running down towards turn the number 2. Brake on the right hand side, turn in, keep it tight to tighten. I should have done there, but what that allowed me to do was get the power early and get a really nice run through turn 2, up turn 3. You can use all the circuit on the right hand side, just means you don't have to put as much lock on. Turn 4, all about commitment. Drop it down to 4th gear, throw the car in, don't hit the curb too hard on the inside, because that will throw you out, and you've got to be careful of track limits there. Up into turn 5, don't touch the concrete on the inside, don't touch the sausage curb on the outside, and now straight line braking for the 6-7 chicane. Avoid the big sausage curb, but use the curb, and on the exit now, we want to run almost all the way over the curb, because that maximises our turn in. Keep it nice and tight, throw back to the left, back to the right for turn number 9, and turn 10 is completely flat, and we're thinking about the commitment corner that is turn 11. Drop it down into 4th gear, using a little bit of curve on the inside. They did push a bit wide, but we get away with track limits, luckily on that occasion. Braking in a straight line once again for turn 12, throw the car in a 2nd gear, jump on the power really early, and you can use the curve on the outside. The track now dips down for turn 13. Want to try and take that into consideration. You're not going too deep there. Very, very easy to do. Again, wind the power on, wind the lock off, and as we come up towards the final corner, we go a little bit deep. That does allow us to get on, stamp on the power a little bit early. We do gain a little bit back on the exit. We open DRS and cross the line. It is a 1 minute 25.915, and at the time of recording was a world record, which I'm pretty happy with. I think a nice lap overall. A lot of little details to unpick as well. I think there's definitely more time on the table, but that's the joy about the F2 cars. It's so difficult to put that lap together. So when you sort of get 95% right, it does feel pretty good. And I think overall it was quite a nice lap. We'll have a look at the off-board though ones, as per normal, to try and unpick some of the tips and tricks. We can see it from the outside as well, just to see, give us that different perspective. Turn 1, 100 metre board, get the car in nice and tight to the curb, and you can use, the exit is quite wide actually compared to the entry, so you really can get the power nice and early. Use the throttle to help rotate the car. The trick we saw in Monaco actually with the F1 video. We go a little bit deep into turn 2, but what that does allow us to do is kind of go out and in quite nicely, get a really good exit, use all the track available to us now as we head up the hill towards turn number 4. Full commitment, down into 4th gear, throw the car in, hitting both of the apexes, but not too harsh on the inside. That concrete, known for spinning people out, avoid it on the inside, and on the outside, you've got to be careful of the sausage curbs. Through the chicane we go, keeping off the major curbs there as well. And as we go through the mid sector, just keeping the minimum speeds up. Not running too wide in the exit, but maximising it as best we can. Through turn 10 we go now into turn 11. Drop it down 1 gear. Keep it nice and tight on the inside. But again, don't take too much curve, because we almost ran wide there on track limits, and that would have been an invalidation. As we go into turn number 12. Again, on the exit, we saw Max Verstappen go straight on there. On his way to the grid in F1, so it is a difficult corner, especially with a little bit of conditions at play. Use all the circuit to help get the power on as we come towards the final corner of the lap. Get the nose in nicely. It might drift a little bit wide as we did, but that allows you to stamp on the throttle. You really can go in early on the exit there, just because of how wide the exit of the corner is. But that's the Hungaroring. That's a lap of the Hungaroring. Of course, we are there this week with Formula 2 and F1, of course. And it's a circuit that I think qualifying is so important for. You are running high downforce here. We have gone for quite a low, we're 38 on the rear for rear aero. It gives you enough stability, but it also means we're going to be quick on the straights. I think compared to kind of what I saw people running, we are running, this setup does have a kind of lower downforce spec on it, and it is a little bit quicker on the straights. You're going to have that advantage, but I think you've still got the confidence, you still have the belief, especially in that middle sector when we've got the constant change of direction, up at turn 4 as well, high speed, confidence corner, actually 2 confidence corners of turn 4 and 11, both in 4th gear, both just full commitment. I think we've got the confidence, and actually that kind of instability at the rear is going to help kind of get the rear round as well. As we get the front in, which I think will be beneficial with this setup. And again, having that lowest front tyre pressure just means that on the slower speed stuff, we've also just still got the softness because we're running the suspension quite high as well. Ride height was 2.4. Again, that just puts on the nose a little bit. But personally, I don't like running the ride heights too high just because I feel we're giving up so much aero there. But anyway, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. The next setup and track guide video coming soon.